So a guy on an electric scooter cruising past two cops with a slung AR-15 and nobody does anything. I don't even know where to start with this one, so let's just watch it.
Team riding past the cops with an AR-15 on his fucking scooter, bro. This is East Tampa, where I live, and just past two cops over here with a loaded AR-15.
You and me both, man. And look, I'm about as gun guy gets. And I'm gonna be honest with you, riding through what looks like East Baghdad with an AR slung across you while riding a scooter going 15 miles an hour is diabolical, and it looks a little goofy. My first gut reaction watching this is exactly the same as the guy filming it, which is what I'm looking at right now. But that gut reaction is the whole reason I wanted to talk about this, because it begs a real question, which is, at what point does open carry go from, yeah, I get it, to, okay, now this is just goofy? And where exactly is that line, and who gets to draw it?
I don't know, man. I just don't know.
Right, that's the honest reaction, and I respect it, but here's where my brain goes once I get past the visual, because as goofy as it looks, ask yourself the actual question underneath it, which is, what is the point of open carry if you're not gonna carry the most capable thing you own? Because here's the thing most people who don't live in this gun world don't understand. A concealed carry gun is a compromise. That little gun on our hip is not the standard. It's not our first pick. It's the thing we settle for because you had to hide it. And we've all done concealed carry for so long that we've quietly started treating the compromise like it's the gold standard when it never was. Think about it like this. If somebody told you right now, hey, in 20 minutes, you're getting into a gunfight, guaranteed, your first move is not reaching for the slim little 9mm you tuck inside your waistband so it doesn't print through your shirt. Your first move is grabbing a rifle, because there's an old saying that you use your handgun to fight your way to your rifle. And there's a reason that saying exists. So when open carry is on the table and you no longer have to hide anything, the honest answer to what should you carry is the bigger, more capable thing. And yeah, on paper, that's a rifle. Now, do I do that? No, I carry a handgun. And I carry a handgun because for me, the daily headache of walking around with a rifle slung on my body outweighs the daily benefit, the attention, the normie shock and awe, the guy filming me the second I step outside, all of it. That math just doesn't work for my life, but that's my math for my situation. And I'm not gonna sit here and pretend my math is everybody's math. So to the scooter guy, genuinely, do you, boo-boo. And here's the part I really want people to sit with for a second, because I think the reason this looks so alien to us has almost nothing to do with the guy and everything to do with the fact that we're just not used to it. We're not used to seeing rifles out in public in this country. You'll see pictures out of Israel where citizens are walking around with rifles slung, and I'll be honest, how real some of those specific pictures are, I can't really tell you for sure. But broadly, yeah, a society can absolutely get to a place where an armed citizen carrying a real gun is just Tuesday. And the reason it hits different here, specifically in Florida, is because open carry in this state is brand new. Florida spent decades as the one red state that banned it outright, and that only changed recently. So of course nobody's used to the sight of it yet. The law just caught up and everybody's eyeballs are still adjusting. Meanwhile, strip away the rifle for a second and ask what's actually different here. Because I carry rifles in my car. That's not a secret. That's a bigger, more capable weapon riding around with me every day. And if that scooter is his main vehicle, if that's his only way to get from A to B, then the gun in my car and the gun on his back are doing the exact same job. Mine's just hidden behind sheet metal and tent. And his is out in the sun for a guy in traffic to make a whole video about. Now, I'd be lying if I ignored the argument that's already forming in half of your heads, and it's not even the anti-gun argument. It's the pro-gun one. It's the guy in our own community going, but going on, this stuff hurts us. This scares people. This sets the movement back. And I want to be straight with you, because there's real weight to that. If the goal is converting the person on the fence, the person who isn't even comfortable with concealed carry yet, then yeah, hitting them with a dude and a slung rifle on a scooter is not the gentle on-ramp. That's the deep end. And initially, it probably does cost you a few of those people, but the counter to that is just as real. Because the only reason this looks insane to us is repetition, or lack thereof. And the more people see something legal, safe, and uneventful happening over and over, the faster it goes from, oh my God, to, oh, that guy again. And normal is just weird that happened enough times. So does it help or hurt? Genuinely, I think it's a little bit of both. At the same time, depending on who's watching. And I'm not gonna pretend that's a clean answer, because it's not. But let me put my lawyer hat on for a second, because there's a part of this a lot of people cheering the video are gonna gloss over. The reason those cops rolled past him and did nothing is not an accident, and it's not them being lazy, it's that Florida law changed. An appeals court threw out the state's open carry ban. The attorney general told law enforcement across the state to stand down, not arrest people for carrying openly, and that's the only reason this plays out the way it does on camera. And here's the catch, because legal is not a magic force field. Open carry being legal does not mean you can carry anywhere. It doesn't touch the courthouse, the police station, the school, polling place. It doesn't override the store owner who puts a sign on his door. And it absolutely does not cover you the second that rifle comes off your back in a way that looks angry or threatening to somebody, because now you're not an open carrier, you're a brandishing case. And the same freedom that let this man roll past 2 cops will have you sitting across from a detective if you handle it wrong. Free to carry is not the same as free from consequences, and the people who forget that are the ones who end up learning the law the expensive way. Which honestly brings me to the thing I keep coming back to every time I watch this clip, because you strip out the goofiness, you strip out the debate, and what you're actually looking at is a regular guy exercising a right out loud in broad daylight past armed agents of the government who look at him and decided he hasn't done a single thing wrong. And I sat here trying to think of something more American than a dude on a scooter with a slung AR rolling past 2 cops who can't touch him because the state finally said he's allowed to. And I got nothing. That is the country. That's the whole experiment in one ridiculous, beautiful frame. And that's exactly the energy behind the America 2A hat that I'm wearing right now, that it has a bullet for the eye. That's available right now at shop.mrcoleonnoir.com. Because it's for the people who don't treat this right like a secret they keep tucked under a shirt. It's for the folks who wear the belief out loud the same way that man carries out loud. No apology, no hiding, no asking permission. If that's you, click the link in the description section of this video and grab you an America 2A hat right now. And you can wear the thing this whole video is about instead of just nodding at it. But I actually want to hear you on this one, because I genuinely went back and forth. So drop it in the comments. Is this guy ridiculous? Is he a goofball making all of us look crazy? Or is it exactly as simple as, that's his ride, that's his right, let the man carry his rifle? Tell me where you land. I'm reading them. I'll see you in the next one.